Hello again.
Hello.
We are back. It is another Friday. That means it is another podcast.
And a new hat.
A new hat. Got it. No, that one came from PAX.
It did.
Right. We don't know the origin of this hat here. It's still a mystery.
Oh, they're saying we got no image. Did you break it? Oh no, it's showing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one just magically showed up. Goat Simulator, maybe.
Yeah. That is a goat, right?
It is.
It's okay.
It's a part of KYN game. It's a single player fantasy game, I believe. So
okay.
We just that's gonna be my theme. New hats.
New hat. Every week a new hat.
So we did post throughout Instagram and Twitter today about the sneak peek of the prize, and some of you got it right. It is a GTX 960 this week.
So on this stream, I guess.
Yeah, this one.
This stream will be giving away an EVGA GTX 960 graphics card. The way that it'll work is that we will, at some time during this stream, we will pick a random winner. Somebody who's logged in. If we see your name, it's just completely random. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I think the random thing's been working out based on the feedback from past podcasts. So I think we're going to continue to do it this way. I mean, we might change it up, but the randomness seems to make everybody happy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so stay tuned. We'll give this sucker away at the end of the podcast.
And we are coming to you live from an upgraded podcast machine. Well, it is upgraded. We swapped out the memory. So we have, what do we have? 16 gigs in here right now.
We got 16 gigs of EVGA memory at 2133.
Mm-hmm.
We finally got Windows 10.
Windows 10.
Yeah.
We're on Windows 10 finally from Windows 7.
Yeah.
It was time for an upgrade on our old podcast machine. But I think it's running quite a bit smoother, actually. I think the memory did help. We were doing a test stream the other day with Battlefront, and it seemed like this, when we're streaming at 60 frames per second, and then we have OBS over here, it seems like it caused some issues there with maybe limited RAM. So, so it seems we were doing a lot better now.
That is true. It seems like everybody's liking the GTX 60.
960?
Yeah, it might be besides the 480 for Throwback Thursday, this is the first graphics card we've given away in a while.
Yeah. So. Last week we gave away power supply, right?
Yeah, no. Wait, what was last week? Yeah, last week. 650 Platinum 2.
Right.
We gave that away.
Gave away a few mice before as well.
Yeah. We changed it up. So we got about 70 people on right now.
So if you guys have any questions, please put them into the chat. We'll try to answer as many as we can. If we can't answer them, of course. We also have an email address that you can email us at podcast@evga.com, and we'll try to cover it on the next episode, which is Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific time, if you haven't noticed already, which is right now.
Yeah. And I do have to get a special shout out because I saw somebody in the chat. Tactical Pinup is a streamer that I met at PAX earlier this year, and she's sporting a EVGA graphics card and I believe a Torque X5 mouse right now. So. And but yeah, we did get a couple questions in through the email. The first one.
By the way, I just noticed.
What?
We'll make the announcement now.
Okay.
Because we're so close. We had already planned that if we hit 100 people watching this live stream at any time, then we will give away.
Do we want to show it now, or keep it a sneak peek, or a secret?
Why don't we show it?
All right. So yeah, if we hit 100 people this podcast. We got something special. It is a Z170 FTW motherboard.
So we're pretty close. We were at 91.
So about 18 more people, we will give this guy away.
So we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. Somebody said, can you guys say hi to Dave Beal? Dave Beal is actually right.
Yeah, he is. He's our podcast guard.
Yeah, he's right on the other side of this door. So. All right, so what was the questions that we had?
Okay, so the first question we had is, what application do you recommend to test a GPU overclock for stability? And I think we have two main ones that we go to.
I mean, there's a lot of options really for testing GPU stability. I would say that ideally you really want a mix. Different stress tests will stress the card in different ways. So some maybe stress the memory architecture more. Some may stress like more shader, be more shader heavy. So it's best to use a mix of applications. But if you had to narrow it down to just one, I would say like some of the Unigine benchmarks are quite good. like the Unigine Heaven or Valley. 3D Mark is another good choice as well. EVGA has an application that's called OC Scanner, which does it doesn't really test anything on the memory side. That's why you really want to try multiple applications. But OC Scanner is free. It's evga.com/OC Scanner, and that does a good job of testing the GPU.
They're saying the stream stopped, but I see it still going. Let's check before we continue.
Still going on my side.
I just had yeah, it's still going.
Okay. So, let's see.
Okay, so yeah, so it's still going. The second question to check the overclock stability is how long would you recommend running the test for?
That's another good question. I would say that you'd probably want to run the test for, the longer you run the test, the better. But an hour, I would say is probably a good, kind of a good starting point. But like anything, the longer you can run it, the longer you can run the stress test, the more reliable you're going to ensure your graphics card is for that particular overclock. But for me, I typically just like to set an overclock and just play a multitude of games and see, and dial it back down if it needs to. Somebody asked if we could dial the bit rate down a bit, so let me tweak something on here really quick. All right, let's see if that helps at all. Okay, so we lowered the bit rate a bit, I think. So if you guys are having any issues with it, then please let us know. We'll continue to tweak it. We are on a new PC here, so I'm not sure what changed from last time on the recording bit rate, but if that helps at all, please let us know. Did we have any other questions?
Yeah, we got actually a few. Somebody asked, currently running an EVGA GTX 980 Ti, the stock ACX 2.0 card. Is it possible to SLI with the beautiful hybrid version? And yes, it is possible.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. Pretty much any GTX 980 Ti can SLI with another 980 Ti. You can even SLI like classified and standard cards as well. Generally, we recommend to keep the same graphics card if you can. Oh, we're at 98. Well, pretty close.
Two more.
I don't know. Maybe we hit 100. I may have missed it, but we're at 9. Mine shows 98 right now. But anyways, what we're talking SLI. Same GPUs can SLI together generally most of the time. Now there are some exceptions, like in the case of the GTX 970. There are some 970s that cannot SLI with other ones, and that is because differences. There are particular hardware differences on some of the EVGA cards, but we do have. If you are interested in doing that on a 970, I would recommend to check out. I think there's an FAQ right on our website.
There is. Under the FAQ options, we do have the SLI breakdown for 970 that is compatible with each other. So somebody asked here in chat, what is your guys' favorite EVGA?
Oh, we hit it.
We did?
105.
Woo!
All right. So
we're giving this sucker away.
So same way, we will give this away to someone random at sometime during the stream, some undisclosed time.
That's true. So yeah, so we now have a 960 and Z170 FTW giveaway, and just to clarify, you can only win one.
Yeah.
Well, the same person can't win both times.
The same person can't win both times. Yeah, that wouldn't be very fair.
Unless it's me. I mean, no.
So you're not. Well, I guess you are in the chat. So.
Yeah, that's true. So, but we're at 105. So even with us being in the chat, we're still over. So, but yeah, somebody did ask, what is our favorite EVGA product?
Oh man,
I know, right?
It's a really hard question to answer.
I think I have to say right now, as much as I love my graphics cards, I love my Z97 Classified. It is one of the most solid boards.
It's a really solid motherboard, Z97.
Yeah.
Z170, I would say, is just as, if not more. For me, that's a tough question. I really love my Hadron build. The Hadron system is really, I mean, graphics cards is an obvious choice, but the Hadron, I have a Hadron Air. And it's really an awesome case for what I use it for. I have it in my living room as like a living room gaming PC, and it really works well for that. When we say random, I think we are literally, just like you said, literally just going to point at the screen and pick a winner.
Two winners.
Two winners, yeah.
Let's go back to the questions here really quick. I can answer this one, no problem. It says, please, 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 can we have a dedicated Star Wars Battlefront server? Right now, it's still up in the air whether dedicated servers are going to be offered for the game, but I can tell you, if it is offered, we will definitely have at least one for sure. That's not an issue.
Yeah, I would say most major releases we try to have their servers available if there is dedicated servers, but as you know, there's not dedicated servers on all games. So,
and then let's see here. So the question of every podcast: when will we see the keyboard?
I think that's a popular question.
And I think we still have the same answer.
I really don't have any other information on the keyboard for you. It is coming. It is something that we're actively working on and continuing to fine-tune. And you will see it, definitely. And CES is right around the corner in January. I'm sure you'll hear a lot more about it around that time frame.
So it's the bus driver. Are these shirts available on the store? The power supply ones, I think we have select sizes for both of them, but we are running on short supply of these shirts. But just maybe keep an eye out in the next 4 weeks or so. We might have something popping up there, just as a FYI. And then the next question from an avid EVGA community member, Gumby. Are we ever going to consider going back to adding graphics on the back of the video cards for visual appeal? I think he's going back to the 200 series cards when there was a graphic on the back plate.
I would say it's probably not likely to see that, at least in the foreseeable future. I think for us, we really try to make the cards look, I mean, there's a picture on the back of here, I think, but I don't know if you can really see it, but with the design, there's not a lot of, I mean, especially when you have like a dual fan graphics card like that one, there's not necessarily a lot of space for any kind of graphics, and I think that we try to keep the design very clean, and a lot of times we're using higher quality like materials, not just plastic, and it's kind of textured, and that's not really ideal for like any type of sticker, so it's not likely that you see it on reference cards, possibly, but I would say probably not very likely.
So we do have a lot of questions coming in right now. What about the RAM from Pat back? The EVGA RAM, we do have select kits available online through Micro Center, not just in store, but you can buy online. And I think you can elaborate on this, that might be expanding in the future?
Right now you can buy it from Micro Center online.
So I mean the available kits, because there's only select kits available on their web store.
Eventually we are looking at possibly expanding that, but I think most of the popular kits are up there now.
And then that's going by so fast. Will you be jumping on game? We will be talking about the Oktoberfest game event. We do have some updated news, not only about the servers, but some of the stat features on the EVGA Gaming website. Somebody asked, can you show us the shroud from the hybrid?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Actually, why don't we just get to that now?
Okay.
So let me open up this here.
And then while it's still going on, somebody asked, where'd it go? If we sponsored streamers, we don't have any dedicated sponsorships for streamers, but we do try to work with people when we can. The best thing to do for us to review it, just simply email egc@evga.com with your deck information. And then, like I said, when we're able to support, we do. If we can't, we'll be upfront with you. But that's the best thing to do for that. So yeah, why don't we jump in and we'll come back to some of these questions.
So was it Monday? I think it was, yeah, earlier this week we launched the hybrid face-off program. So this program is intended for anybody who already owns a hybrid graphics card. That's this one here, for example, the GTX 980 Ti. Hopefully you can kind of see that there. The hybrid graphics card is a closed-loop cooling solution with a radiator fan, everything just pre-filled, plug it in, good to go. It keeps the temperatures. Actually, it works really good. Keeps the temperatures under 50 degrees Celsius, if not lower, under full load situations, and it's relatively it's relatively reasonably priced for a water-cooled solution. So what we launched is the hybrid face-off program. So we took some of the feedback on the initial design, which is this one here. This is the initial design that we launched earlier this year, and we basically redesigned the shroud that goes around the cooler. So you can see here's what the new shroud looks like. So much nicer design in my opinion. It also has an LED on the side right there. It is a white LED, so it's color neutral, I would say. So it should match any kind of rig color, or blue, red, green. So the way that this works is if you have an EVGA hybrid product, now that goes for hybrid kits or hybrid cards, you just go to this website. You can see all the qualifying cards here, and register your card and then sign up, and then we will be shipping it to you. The only thing you need to pay is shipping, but the shroud itself is free. So pretty good deal there. I would highly recommend to do it if you have a hybrid card, because well, it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, it does look good. I mean, I like the original, but this cosmetically just looks way better.
Yeah, and it's actually quite simple to install the shroud. There's I mean, there's literally, I'm just looking here, there's 1, 2, 3, there's probably about 5 to 8 screws that need to be removed along the top side and the bottom, and it's basically as simple as just pulling the shroud off, putting the other shroud on. You don't actually need to take the GPU cooler off or anything like that. You don't need to apply thermal paste, anything like that. You just take the old shroud off, put the new shroud on, and well, you will have to connect the LED because it does have an LED in it, but that is it.
So yeah, somebody did mention the review that came out, the hybrid reviews of all the cards out there, and ours was ranked numero uno.
Yeah, so there was a review from Gamers Nexus who did a review on this. They reviewed the EVGA card versus some of the competing cards out there, air and water cooled, and the EVGA was the lowest. The EVGA hybrid card, 980 Ti hybrid, was the lowest temperature, coolest running graphics card. And part of that is because we, from very early on, we worked with the cooling manufacturer to actually develop a GPU cold plate. So it is a 100% GPU design. The characteristics of a GPU is a bit different than a CPU. Although a CPU cooler can work for it, you know, if you have something that is tailor-made for a GPU, then you can eke a bit more performance out of it. So that is the shroud. If you have a card, you should do it. If not, then
you should buy a card.
You should buy one. A lot of people ask if this new shroud will be shipping on new cards in the future, and the answer is yes. Eventually, we will transition to the new look and feel and style. I think that's it. And these shrouds will be shipping in November-ish time frame. Is kind of what we're looking.
But they're able to apply for it now.
Yes, you can sign up now, and then once the shrouds are available, you will be emailed, and it'll ask you to pay for the shipping, and then we'll ship it out.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so that's that. And then we had a game bundle launch as well. So it is called The Bullets Are Blades, and what it is basically is you, GTX 960 or above, if you buy any GTX 960 or above, I should clarify, 960, 970, 980, 980 Ti.
Yep. Right. And it's buying, not through the Step Up program.
Right. You can either choose Rainbow Six Siege or Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So 2 excellent games there. Rainbow Six Siege, I played quite a bit of the beta, and I really love that game. I was addicted to it.
I think you're doing better in that than Battlefront.
Yeah, much better. Yeah, much better, trust me.
But yeah, keep in mind for this promotion, if you buy the card directly from our store that qualifies, you can request the code directly from us. If you purchase from a qualifying retailer or e-tailer, the code should come from that place of purchase, just as an FYI out there. So yeah, once again, you buy from EVGA.com, you go to this article page and request it. Buy from your retailer. Make sure that you follow up with them to get one of these awesome games. RAKUU1 asked about coil whine on high-performance video cards. Coil whine is something that we continue to watch very closely, and we do try to make a lot of improvements to hopefully completely eliminate coil whine on future graphics cards. I would say today it's not really possible to 100% eliminate it, but we do have a lot of screening procedures to try to reduce the number of coil whine situations to as low as possible. And I could say today it's a relatively low number. But we're still making improvements there. With that being said, we do fully support the card if for whatever reason you're not happy with the noise level of it, and we will we'll happily work with you to find a solution if that's the case. All right, so next up. So we're continuing to feature a mod rigs each week, and this week's is Frankie the Cat's Dark.
So Modrigs is modrigs.com is a portal that you can go to upload your system and some 3D Mark scores, and people can comment on it and put your system specs in, things like that. So this one really stood out. I think it's, well, I mean, the images pretty much speak for itself. I think it's. I mean, look at the number of radiators. The amount of cooling capacity on this thing is quite astounding. I mean, you have two extremely large radiators on both sides here. But you know what I noticed? I don't see... Where's the tubes going up into the PC?
I have no idea.
I guess this is the reservoir. There may be another radiator in there of some sort. I mean, there's
looks like it has wings.
Yeah, it might just take off. And 3 power supplies in this thing. 2 1500 watts, and this is probably another... at least 750, 850 watt power supply, if not higher. So,
well, it's got to be one of the 750s, I think, because it's using the red sleep cables.
So,
yeah,
insane system here. X79 Dark, X79 motherboard, 4 780 Ti Kingpin graphics cards. So, this can run pretty much anything that you throw at it, I'm sure of. Impressive rig. So next up, we have a gaming event going on.
Yeah, we haven't had one in since anniversary. It's actually been a little bit, and because it's been a while, we introduced the Tier 4 prize maybe about a year ago. This event's Tier 4 prize is a Titan X graphics card. So all you have to do is play a minimum of 15 hours on the EVGA gaming servers, which we'll show in a little bit. And you have a chance to win a Titan X graphics card. And this is worldwide. Doesn't matter where you live. Everybody has an equal chance, to win any of these prizes on the list. Prize level 3, it's one of our main X99 motherboards, bundled with a 5820K CPU. And then we move down to Z170 platinum power supplies. And then the lower or prize tier 1 is anytime and chance to win one of our mice, and plus we got some game codes from Paperbound. So yeah, there's a kind of a twofer prize there.
So you can to win, you can play on any EVGA server, right?
Yeah, any EVGA server.
So the servers we have,
and they've been down because we've taken feedback over the course, of this year and have made some changes and added a server. With Battlefield, we do have a stock server, and then we introduced a 24/7 Metro Locker that was asked, and then that's for the U.S. Battlefield 4 is a stock for EU and Brazil. We still have Battlefield 3, but that's just located in Europe. But if you're in the U.S. and you have Battlefield 3, you can play on there. Just keep in mind, you might have some high latency. Now, for the major changes was to our source games. So, for Left 4 Dead 2, we have a stock, and then we have a fully custom mod map server, which looks great. I mean, there's Yama on there, I Hate Mountains, and a few others that are pretty good and stable. Team Fortress 2, we did bring it down to 2 servers. We have a 24-man vanilla and a dodgeball server now. Counter-Strike, no changes there. And then we introduced Killing Floor 2, which has been asked about. Killing Floor 2, I do got to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. We do have to use a certain mod to record stats for it to qualify for the gaming events, so perk levels aren't carrying over yet. This should change after it comes out of early access. So if you do have perks from a whitelist server and you jump into the server, just keep in mind they will be at 0. But yeah,
I played a little bit of Killing Floor. That game was awesome. Have you played it?
I have. I've been testing it out. So
it's very gory, but it's. Have you seen the update with the physics, like the fluid simulations, and
we have those enabled on our server. So
it's pretty crazy.
But somebody was asking, how do I find Call of Duty 2013? If we scroll up here, if you click on one of the links for the Battlefield 4 server, it will take you straight to Battlelog, and then you can connect straight to. Keep in mind that it's 15 hours total, so you could play 5 hours of Battlefield 4, 5 hours of Killing Floor 2, 5 hours of Team Fortress 2, and all of that will accumulate to 15 hours. You don't have to play 15 hours on just one server. Paper Plane, it is Killing Floor 2.
Is there one of these servers that's particularly more active, like the 24/7 Metro, or is it
generally stock for Battlefield? And this is a kind of across the board tends to do better with the server history. But you know, like I said, we got some feedback about Metro Locker, so we're gonna give that a shot. If it's not liked or not very popular, we will change it up after the event's over.
Yeah, is it 64?
Yeah, of course, 64. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I like Locker myself.
That can be 64 player Metro can be.
Locker is my favorite map.
Or Locker can be pretty.
Yeah. Once you get to C Point, it is just mass mayhem, and it is awesome.
Grenades flying everywhere.
So, with the updates to the servers, we have made some changes to the stat pages. There was some feedback with some concerns about having to search your name on each individual server for Battlefield to get your time. We've now added an option that if you click Combine Stats and type in your name, it will give you your stats across all servers, including playtime. Then from there, Killing Floor 2 is just simple until some more modders develop out there, but it's pretty much just here, as you can see. Now, this isn't a live statistic page. It will update every hour. So, you know, just keep that in mind. At midnight, at the end of the event, we will push it again so it's fully updated, so you can see where your numbers are at. And then for the source games, we do use HLX. We just integrated this into our own website, and you can search by your name, by your Steam ID, by game. Everything's listed here. Connected to Steam Connect. Just click the join button and it'll automatically go. TF2, that's Team Fortress 2. That's a free to play on Steam. Let's see here. I wish Rocket League had some dedicated servers, because we would definitely have that.
That'd be fun.
That'd be 100%, but they just simply don't. But yeah, those are the changes that we made. We hope you guys appreciate it. If you have any feedback or you want to see additional games added to our server listings, just email egc@evga.com. We tend not to make changes during an event, so after the event we can look into adding a new game or changing some settings around. That's definitely totally possible. So
cool. And then in other gaming news, so they released the system requirements for Fallout 4, right?
Yeah, that we were getting the name wrong the whole time.
So one of the key things on here is that they require a 64-bit. I want to say there's a few other games that I've seen this before, but it's not that common, I would say, today. They do require a 64-bit operating system.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. I'm sure most of you have a 64-bit operating system, and if you don't, then you probably should have a 64-bit operating system. But they are recommending a GTX 780 as their recommended spec. So I think that 780 is maybe like a GTX 960, 970-ish level.
970.
Yeah, 970 level for current generation products. So, and that, of course, that's the recommended spec. So that's probably like at the max settings with 60 frames per second.
So since they recommend an actual i7, does that mean this game is going to utilize hyperthreading?
Probably.
Because there's only a couple of games out there right now that do.
You're seeing more and more, though. On this PC, we have 8 threads. It's a 4770K, and when I was testing Battlefront, every single one of these was like 99%. So you are seeing more and more. Frostbite Engine does take quite good advantage of multi-core CPUs, and I think Unreal Engine 4 does as well. Fallout 4, I'm not sure. I think that's their engine. But I'm sure that they probably use take advantage of multi-core as well, or else they probably wouldn't recommend a high CPU like that. And then finally, the Star Wars Battlefront. Speaking of Star Wars Battlefront, the open beta started on Thursday. Was it? Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. So, you were playing yesterday.
Yeah. Well, but I had like they had different levels of the beta, you want to call, and luckily I was able to get one of the first ones from a friend on Twitter. So thank you for that. And the game's awesome. It looks great. It runs great. NVIDIA released a new driver for it, 358.50. So if you guys are playing the beta, make sure to grab this driver for it.
And you were mimicking a Stormtrooper perfectly.
It is, yeah, missing everything. I'm not very good at this game so far. It takes a bit getting adjusted to, because like you're so used to certain mechanics in games like reloading and things like that you have to takes a few minutes to get adjusted to, and the recoil and things like that is quite a bit different than, like, for example, Battlefield.
Well, yeah, that's actually completely true, because going even from like Battlefield 4 to Hardline, just the game pace was different, and just trying to adjust to that. I mean, it's not the same from going from Battlefield 3 to 4, so I can definitely expect it to be different for Battlefront.
Yeah.
So no force in Hardline.
And speaking of Battlefront, again, I think now's our chance. Now's my chance to redeem myself.
Bring on all the Star Wars puns.
Let's see how this goes. Hopefully, it can find a server here pretty quick. But we are running it on a GTX 980. Hopefully, you guys see the precision on there. Slight overclock on precision. It's running about 1500 megahertz or so. Memory has a slight overclock as well.
Blue Gender, no, we have not done the giveaways yet. Those will be at the end.
Yeah, you can cool your weapon in Battlefront. It's kind of like reloading, I guess you could say. But I think you can only cool down your weapon only when it overheats. I may be wrong on that, but
all those blaster shots.
Yep. Not finding a server here yet. Let me back out and then get back in again. There's 2 game modes. Here we go. There's 2 game modes in this beta. There's I think this one's called Walker Assault, where you have like the AT-ATs and Hoth, of course. This is the one that I love this level, but I am a very low rank, so it actually recommends me not to play this mode. But, we'll see how it goes.
The bus driver OC scanner works with NVIDIA cards, and that's it. We forgot to talk about. We'll have to do it after you're done playing. Or actually, maybe I'll talk about it while you're playing. We do have, thank you, Scarlet Tech. We do have a Torque X3 giveaway going on the EVGA gaming website. And for the mice giveaways, we do 5. So there is a total of 5 winners. And let's see where I can find it at. Should be here somewhere. Oh, that's gameplay.
By the way, if there's any issues with the sound, guys, please let us know. We did reset this PC, so some of the sound levels may be adjusted. We may need to tweak those a bit.
Let's push it here. So the giveaway for the Torque X5 is there. Just follow the article instructions, and you get a chance to win one of 5 that we're giving away. So that's another way to win stuff.
Lots of ways to win.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas.
Almost, right?
Yeah.
Halloween.
Oh, Scarlet Tech's giving away X3s.
What a generous offer.
What a good guy.
So let's see if I can find a vehicle. I am horrible at the vehicles in this game, but let's see if we can find one anyways. The AT-AT is pretty fun to cruise around in, though.
Well, thank you, Scarlet Tech, for giving away X3s. Little shout out to him. Oh, did we lose the stream? Just stopped for me. Oh, let's see.
I think that's a user error.
Maybe.
Yeah, the graphics in this game are actually really nice. The frame rate on a GTX 980 is well over 100 frames per second at max settings 1080p. And it really does look great. The beta runs at DirectX 11. It runs in DirectX 11. I'm not sure if the final will have DirectX 12. I believe that the Frostbite engine does have or will have support for DirectX 12. So hopefully we see that in the future. But as it is, it actually does run really good. Like I said, over max settings, easily over 100 frames per second on 980. Nope.
How are you getting hit by stormtroopers when
I'm doing better this time than I was last time, for sure. This PC is running a lot better than when we had the other one with the 8 gigabytes of RAM and Windows 7, though. I'll just blame it on that.
Yeah, you throw some good old EVGA RAM in there. Everything works better.
So let's see, what is this? Squad shield. Okay, so this is the like force field where, oh jeez. Of course I lay the force field and then jump out of it. But if you go in there, then no one can harm you. At least I don't think they can.
Should be.
What's my temperature at? 74 C?
Yeah, you're higher yesterday. Somebody's asking about mod rigs.
Oh, nice.
We have 48 more systems or eligible systems to go. So that's
man.
To that 1,000 EVGA bucks is given away. Somebody's asking about the RAM usage while you're playing, so maybe when you die again.
Let's just do it on the fly here.
6 gigs.
Utilizing 6. Right now it's using 6 gigs. The Star Wars is using. Battlefront is using about 3 of that. That's going up. Yeah, it's about 3 gigs right now. Yeah, so it's hovering around 3 gigabytes of usage. Uh-oh. Look, I still activated it.
You got stuck.
I haven't found any vehicles to get in yet.
Somebody said don't AFK while getting shot at, even if it's by a stormtrooper, they'll eventually hit you.
Yeah, I know. So let's see if this works. Oh, jeez. So let's.
You got killed by Chewbaccasaurus.
Let's see if we can show the. I'm not sure if that will. No, it didn't work. I was trying to show the task manager on here, but all my CPU cores are very close to maxed out.
Okay, so 2 things. So somebody's asking, have you played in third person yet?
Nope.
And then you got to get in an X-wing.
How do you do it?
Third person?
Yeah.
Not die.
Well, I'm not dead yet. See? No. If anyone knows the key for third person. I know the vehicles you can go. I don't think you can do the AT-AT in first person, but I know the like the X-wing and the TIE fighters you can do first person. So if I shoot this, does it actually do any damage at all? Well, everyone's shooting it, so I guess it must do something. Doesn't do very much though. Oh, it did. It did do some. Okay, so here's my cool off right here.
Uh-oh, hold on, it looks like it froze.
No.
Let's see. It looks like it's coming. Oh no, the video froze. We're still moving, but the gameplay.
Yeah, that's the stream cut out.
Maybe it's telling you something.
Yeah. Oh, there's Darth Vader though. Well,
oh, he's gonna force choke you. Oh, he threw it at you.
Oh. All right. Well, that's. I was, in case you missed it, I was killed by Darth Vader in the very end there. So it is in beta, of course, but actually in beta it actually does run quite nice still. So I think it's time to.
Yeah, we hit up to 118 at one point.
Nice.
So. Yeah, Vader gave you the black screen of death.
Yeah, that's what happened, I guess. He choked me until I blacked out. But I was killed by Darth Vader, believe it or not.
So before we get to the prizes or the giveaways, do we have any additional questions through chat?
Yeah, that
we can answer for you guys.
Yeah,
anything at all. Giveaway.
Yeah. Okay.
Killed you so hard your game crashed.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. I saw somebody say dark side. That's a good one.
Yeah. Nobody has questions anymore.
All right.
They
so which one are we gonna give away first here?
Well, what is it? Oh, now we're up to 119. Jeez, they must have sensed it.
So you want to do it on this one here?
Yeah, we can do the big one.
All right.
Wait, stop where that EVGA Joey guy is.
So is Vault Boy going to do it again?
Oh, yeah, Vault Boy. We've been getting it wrong for I don't even know how long. So yeah, this is how we do it. Vault Boy picks because I really can't see anything in here. So I think...
Yeah, you really can't see.
I know, it's horrible. So we're going to do the 960. Let's do the 960 first because that was the prize that we were showing off on the social media.
And so if we pick your name, we will contact you directly via Twitch. So there it is, GTX 960.
The super clock.
Yep, SSC.
And hopefully...
So you ready? Can you at least see where the... All right.
Let me scoot forward. Okay. Are you moving up and down?
Yeah.
Just gonna look at you.
I'm scrolling it while he is moving his hand. So this is truly random.
Oh, that person, whoever that is.
Revan. Reavyn.
Revan won the GTX 960.
So
there's so much chat going on. There's giveaway hype.
So like we said, Revan, congratulations. Yeah. We will text you directly through Twitch or message you directly through Twitch with the next steps. And well, is there any more questions before we need to give away the next?
The Z170.
Yeah.
I still think we should ban Scarlet and Gumby from winning stuff. They win too much. No, just joking, guys.
Let me just...
Oh, 123.
Wow.
You guys are truly awesome.
We're going to have to set another prize for 150 next time. 3-tier prizes.
Well, we can always... We got an extra one. We're getting up this high.
What is it? Okay. All right, you ready for the next one?
No questions, just up. You want to do one of these? Do? Because we're so high?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think so.
All right.
What do you guys think? Should we do a third prize?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, all right. So, well, since this was the second one, we will do the Z170 FTW, our new motherboard line, which is awesome. DDR4, two-way SLI support. So... Pit Boy or Vault Boy. Oh, see, I got it wrong. And somebody called me out too on Twitter.
All right, so
wow, look at all that hype.
Let's bring Vault Boy back for this one.
Jeez, Vault Boy.
This is truly a mathematical random test here. Scrolling.
Mathematical. This is a finger.
Scrolling while yeah.
Okay, ready? Here we go. Let's try to go higher this time.
Karate Moses?
Karate Moses.
Cool name.
Yeah.
All right, Karate Moses. You have won a Z170 FTW. We will be sending you a message. Please reply to that, and then we will ship out your prize. Where did it go? There he is.
Oh my! The chat is blowing up right now.
Karate Moses.
Oh look, there's Evan the newbie. He won once before. VSG won before. Wow, a lot of returners.
A lot of winners in here.
Yeah.
Well, it won't let me message, but we'll get a message to you right after the stream here.
Should we make sure he's on? Because what if he's not on? What if he drops?
Well, if his name's in here,
yeah,
he's in the chat. So, but
all right, so third prize. Third prize, we will do a Torque X5L gaming mouse. You anything to say about this sucker?
X5L laser mouse.
LED support.
Really nice. Has RGB LED. You can change the LED colors through the software. Oh, speaking of that mouse, somebody before I forget, somebody asked a question about the sensitivity. I did see your question, so I'll check that out. That shouldn't be happening. He mentioned that the sensitivity was changing every time you open the software. That definitely shouldn't happen. So we'll look into that some more. But if you can, what's the email address for? Well, actually, you can just email. If you can email more details to podcast@evg.com, and we'll check it out.
Or, well, you want the customer support email?
Podcast@evg.
Okay, podcast@evg.com for that one. So let's do the mouse. Since you guys helped us achieve record-breaking numbers today on the EVGA stream.
All right.
It's like getting worse every time I put this on. All right, let's go towards the bottom this time.
There we go. Storm Firebird.
Storm Firebird won the mouse.
So it won't let me send it again, but let me just write it down. So we will message you directly after the chat. So there you go. Thanks guys for watching. We always try to give away something if we can on our live streams. So
yeah.
960, Z170, and you can see we got a lot of other stuff back there that
so
maybe
yeah.
we'll get to in a future episode.
More people, the more prizes. So keep joining us at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on
3
Friday.
p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fridays, every Friday. Hopefully every Friday. But you know this. I think the October 30th show should be pretty interesting.
Oh yeah,
that'll be the Halloween special.
You might be flying well, you're gonna be flying solo on the 23rd.
That's right. I may not be here.
The 30th or the 23rd?
I do have to travel towards I need to check my schedule. I do have to.
I won't be here the 23rd.
All right.
I know that.
Well, I can put on the
Maybe bring
boy
in
mask, I guess.
just put it right here on the chair and act like I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, I tried to whisper to the winner. So, anyways, we'll send you a direct message. So, all right. Is there any other questions that we need to get to in there?
No. Well, I can't tell that chat's blowing up.
Evan the Newbie's birthday is the 23rd.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! And we will make sure to remind us on the 23rd podcast, and we will try to give you a special shout out or something.
Is it on iTunes? No, our podcasts are on YouTube.
It'll be up on YouTube. Yep. After.
Oh, yeah, I think that's it. Unless anybody has any more questions before we get out.
What's the other mouse on the Z97?
Oh, that's the Torque X10. That was the first mouse.
That was the first mouse we introduced. It's the highest end mouse. It's another laser mouse. It's 8,200 DPIs. RGB sensors. It has some adjustability as well, so it's pretty neat. There are no 980 Ti giveaways this time, but you never know.
We might do something if the EVGA Gaming Twitter hits 20K followers.
Oh, apparently we gave him bad luck by saying happy birthday before the actual birthday brings bad luck in Germany. But we are not in Germany right now, so therefore it's okay.
I blame Jacob.
Are there any EVGA motherboards with 1151 socket and DDR3 RAM? No, unfortunately not. It is possible to build a motherboard with DDR3 memory and socket 1151. We don't have any motherboards with that. All of our motherboards have DDR4 memory at this time. But if there's demand, we may look at it in the future. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. And we appreciate everybody joining in and having as many people as we did. And we'll see you guys next Friday.
Yeah. Thanks again.